Listen, man, I'm convinced rejection is an illusion. It's a byproduct or byfactor of maybe toxic thoughts circling in the mind and comes up with an illusion of protection. So I'll give you an example. You talk to a shawty, the boys, and yeah, you get rejected by the shawty. But was it really rejection? Think about it for a second. Shawty just didn't find you appealing, or she just didn't feel like the urge to talk to you. Either way, she collected a whole bunch of data in her thoughts to dictate the pace of the conversation and the result of it, which was a rejection. You see, because she created the illusion of, ugh, I don't like this nigga. I don't like this Negro. You know what I'm saying? So it's an illusion. People create this sort of coping mechanism because people have a type when there is no such thing as a type. You know, anyone who says they have a type is is basically limiting themselves and creating an illusion of control so that they do not experience human beings and do not experience different people of different types or shapes and sizes and colors. When people say they have a type, it's like they're telling themselves no to opening their mind to the rest of the world. And so I never used to say, oh, well, I got a type in certain things. Well, I just said, maybe I got a preference, but ultimately it's about the person. So it don't matter what sort of type I be telling myself that I want and desire and want to fuck. Ultimately, it's down on, can we create life together? You know, can we build something together? Are they a good human being? You know, those are the questions you should be asking yourself, especially when you feel like someone's rejected you. Were they the right human being for me, anyways? Because yes, you gotta understand, them rejecting you is them rejecting themselves. You see, ugh, you're not my type. They're rejecting the possibility of knowing more about themselves because they're limiting themselves because of certain appearances and looks. When everyone is everything and everyone is you, and God is everywhere and everywhere is God, everyone is God, you can learn so much. But because of that limitation, that ego, and that illusion you create on your thought patterns, you allow yourself to reject yourself and the knowing of thyself. That's what rejection really is. It's rejecting yourself. Even if, say, for instance, you don't like someone who comes up to you and speaks to you, you gotta ignore your ego. The God in you is telling you to communicate from a distance or communicate safely, proportionately, sincerely, even to your haters, because they're a reflection of you. They're a byfactor of who you are. It's best to keep from a distance a safe guard, no malicious intent for that other person. You don't have to reject their approach, you can disregard them for what they did to you, because we're human and we have emotions. But it's best not to hate anyone whilst you're here, because that's you rejecting yourself and allowing the person who rejected you to be given power over you. You got to see it as just yourself protecting yourself from that person. That's why rejection is a blessing in disguise, even though it's an illusion at the same time. When someone just says no, it's a blessing. It means that God has not made them the right person for you, aka you. You know, you have told yourself this is not the right person subconsciously, and that's manifested in them rejecting you. You see what I'm saying? It's an illusion. You have done the rejection. They haven't. You know? But when you see it like that, rejection doesn't fund you anymore. I be going to auditions. I get no for for the jobs. I tell myself, listen, I told myself that I said no to this job. That's why it's saying no to me. If I get a job says yes, I told myself this is yes. It's the God in me. You see, intuition, spirituality, this is the things, the invisible things that operate in this realm. So, fellas and ladies, rejection is an illusion, a byfactor and a byproduct of your own imagination and thoughts. Because everyone's a reflection. So if someone else is gonna reflect their thoughts upon you, it means you're also operating on the same frequency as they are. You're just much more smarter. And so you have manifested them rejecting you just to protect yourself. And that's really what it is. So next time it happens, you just smile because you know you're the source and understand not to take it personal.